Hey world, so this video is going to be pretty much a kind of draw and letter with me. I am going to be doing 3 wintry quotes because it is now December and the holidays are coming up, as well as just, winter itself. It is December, so it already feels like winter. So there are 3 quotes and there are really timestamps in the description for each and every one of the quotes. And so first off, I want to start off by saying thank you so much for 50 subscribers. So that is why I decided to do 3 quotes instead of just 1, because I kind of wanted to celebrate having 50 subscribers, and thank you all for supporting me. And if you are not yet subscribed, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell because it is definitely going to help me a lot. So the first drawing I made was this mug. Also, I saved my favorite drawing for the end, so make sure you stick around to see my favorite drawing of all of these. I think it was definitely the best quote and also the best drawing in itself, so you'll definitely want to stick around for that. I made these quotes just to kind of inspire you with the quotes and also with just the drawings, and for you to kind of just letter with me and kind of see how I kind of, make my drawings. And yeah, so the first one is this mug, like I said, and I started out by just doing everything in pencil like always, and then I just kind of experimented. At first it was too centered, so I moved the cup over a little bit so I could add the handle. I also put it in the middle of the paper because I wanted it, because I'm going to write words on top of it later on. And I had to experiment with the size and everything. I also almost added marshmallows because this is hot chocolate, but I feel like it kind of just ruined the look, so I didn't. This does kind of look like coffee, I'm not gonna lie. But I tried to make it look like a hot chocolate, and hopefully it does kind of look like hot chocolate. I also used a lot of different materials to make these paintings. I used a really thin paper though because paper is expensive, so I was waiting for Black Friday to see if there'd be some good deals on it, because Michaels tends to have really good deals on Black Friday. So they had this deal where you buy one paper, you get the other paper 50% off. So I bought some marker paper and some watercolor paper, so hopefully that will help me out a little bit. But I was waiting for the corona to kind of die on it, because you kind of have to wait for the corona to die before you can actually use the stuff. So I was waiting for it to die and I needed to make this video, so I used this really thin sketch paper I had, which was literally just 50 pounds or 74 GSM, so it was really thin. It was like almost as thin as copy paper, so the paper warped and the color really didn't spread, which was kind of made it difficult to work with. But I mean, I guess I just kind of had to figure it out. So yeah, I think paper definitely is going to make a difference, because when I was working with the Ohuhu pad that came with the Ohuhu markers, it was so much easier to work with. The only reason I didn't work with that paper in this video is because I wanted to use brush pens, and that paper is really textured and in a really weird way as well. But it is a super textured paper and I really didn't want to ruin my markers. And pretty much what this quote is read the hot cocoa on a snowy day, because when it's snowy, having a nice hot cocoa is nice, it warms you up. So pretty much be that thing that warms people's lives up and make them happy, and just be a nice person. That's pretty much what this quote is about. I did add some glitter to it by pretty much coloring over the lettering with a glitter pen and just using a water brush to kind of spread the glitter. I think that looks really cute. And I added this kind of star pattern. It's not random. It's like a pattern, like a snowball, then a star, then a snowball, then a star on the snowy. I added snowflakes and snowballs in the background to kind of make it like a snowy effect. And on the words that were in light blue, be the of, I kind of just wrote it in the calligraphy and then in a smaller gel pen form just because it kind of looked empty. So this is the second picture that I am drawing. This is going to be a ugly sweater. That was what it's supposed to be. I was not that happy with how this turned out because it doesn't really look like a sweater. It just kind of, I don't really know how to explain what it looks like, but it didn't reach my expectations. But pretty much the quote is kind of like the design of the sweater, if that makes sense. And the quote on this is rock your own sweater, which is pretty much just be your own person. I really couldn't come up with another quote, so yeah, it's not really that good, but I couldn't come up with anything else. But I think that sweaters are pretty wintry. They are fallsy too, but they are more wintry, especially like ugly sweaters. It's more of like a holiday thing. I don't know. Also, on my last quote, I wrote hot cocoa, even though I don't say hot chocolate. Like, I don't really call hot cocoa, I call it hot chocolate because that is just what I'm used to. But what do you call it? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear what you say, and also let me know if you guys like ugly sweaters or what kind of sweaters you like. Do you even like sweaters? I mean, I love sweaters. Sweaters are so comfy and nice and warm, and they're super nice. I love sweaters. I wish I could wear sweaters all year round and not like die of heat. I don't know, like I'd be so hot in a sweater in the summer, so I mean I can't wear it during summer, but if I could, I would. And so I was kind of experimenting with the rock your own sweater. I wanted it to be each different fonts to make it kind of look, you know, different. And then, you know, sweater, I was having a lot of trouble writing because I wrote the super, or like the medieval times S, which remember, like I just remember in like elementary school, that was like a thing, like just drawing that S and it'd be like everywhere. And that is the only letter I know how to write in that style. So I tried to write other letters in that style, in that like medieval-y kind of style, and it just didn't work. So I was just like, but I really wanted to keep that because I thought it looked cute. So I was like, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna make it so that all the different letters are in a different kind of style. And it also kind of made this look more unique and like, you know, different and like, I don't know, unordinary, like different, you know? So it was kind of added to like the quote. I feel like it kind of matched the idea of the quote, and yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. My selection of colors I didn't really like, as well as the design. I did add these dots. I did erase them though because they kind of looked weird. Don't you think that they look weird? I think that it looked fine without it. I could have added, I guess, texture to the sweater when I was like coloring it. Maybe it would have looked better then. You'll see what I mean. So normally I outline things, I use a black fineliner. That is what I am used to, or a black Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen, depending. But I thought that that kind of ruined this because I wanted this to be really colorful, right? And I was gonna use lots of different colors, and I think it would just like ruin, especially the words. It would have just not looked that good. But I didn't need an outline. I did, because like otherwise I probably would have messed up the sweater itself. So I did something a little different. I tried to outline with colors. And I think that itself looked pretty cool. I just think that the design of the sweater was not that good, if you know what I mean. But I think that this was really cool. I also think I used too dark of a blue because it was so much darker than everything else in the drawing. I also think that when I was line arting, I was just using too dark of like a brown to outline. Like I wanted it to be darker than like the watercolor, so I was afraid to use the lighter color. And in case you're interested, the fineliners I am currently using are the Stabilo 0.88 fineliners. These fineliners will be linked in the description box below. I always tend to link materials in the description box, as well as any review videos I have made. And I have made review videos on the Ohuhu natural aqua brush pens and the Marvy brush pens so far, and I am planning on making a review on these Stabilo 0.88 fineliners and also the glitter pens I am using in the video. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when those videos come out, as well as check the description box below for all of the links of these pens. I'm sure you'll be interested in those if you want to buy these pens, and also in the reviews because you want to make sure that these pens are actually good. And so I did that, which is kind of unique for my style, and then I kind of started to do the watercolor. So for this watercolor, what I did is I pretty much mixed this color on a separate palette. Well, not palette, I mixed it on the plastic bag of the Marvy cheetah brush pens, because that is what I do. But it works, so it's also something you don't have to buy a fancy palette or anything. You can just use like a plastic bag and it will work, just saying, saving money. But I pretty much just mixed it and just kind of used it on, you know, I used the water brush to kind of take the color from the palette and put it on here, because I didn't really have a color that kind of fit the color that I kind of wanted. So mixing colors is a great way to get the color that you want, and I don't really think that you're supposed to mix colors on your paper. I mean, you could, but that's not what, that wouldn't have gotten the look that I wanted in the way that I would have done it, especially with this paper. And I really don't know, I mean, there's no real way of how you're supposed to do your art. I mean, as long as it's not going to ruin the piece of artwork that you're doing or your art supplies, it's all good. And by ruin the piece of artwork you're doing, I don't mean by making it look bad, because all of that is pretty objective on what looks bad versus looks good. But like ruin your artwork as in ruin the quality of just like the paper quality in the long run. Maybe it's light fastness, you know, all that other, like the technicalities, not necessarily the look. I mean, also the look is kind of important, but like, you know, your technique is your technique, and that's just your style, and your style is how it's supposed to look. So, I mean, you can always improve your artwork, but your style is unique to you, and you know, maybe you can't draw everything with your style, but your style is a great style, and you know, you really shouldn't try to change it to be someone else's style. Maybe you can take elements of styles that you like, of what you like of other styles, and kind of edit your style, but you shouldn't completely change your style, because that's just not something you should do. And your technique is a pretty large part of your style. I think that's pretty much a big basis of what your style looks like. So yeah, I mean, unless it's like, so like it's, you shouldn't change it because your art is quote unquote ugly, because of course your art is going to improve over time. And is it really ugly, or is it just not in the style that you like? I mean, if you don't like your style, obviously make a style that you like, but it is a style, and your art style is your art style. Just don't ruin your art supplies, because art supplies are expensive, and also wasting it is not good for the environment, because like it's not, I mean, you know. But I mean, also for sweater, I kind of, you know, changed the colors because I wanted it to be more unique. So let me know what you think of that. I'm always open to your criticism. It's always nice. So yeah, now for my favorite drawing out of all of them, this one I thought looked the best, because I just thought it looked so like cute, especially with the snowman kind of like lifting its hat, like it's like saying hi to you. I thought that was really cute. Like it like really was like, I don't know, like it made it more engaging, I guess, especially like rather than having it on the head and it like waving, like having it lift off its hat just gave it, it's just that extra, I don't know, pizzazz. I don't know what the right word is, but I just thought it looked really cute. But the quote on this one is, "You are as magical as Frosty the Snowman," because Frosty the Snowman is pretty magical. And if you don't know who Frosty the Snowman is, I mean, he's just, there's a song called Frosty the Snowman, and he's pretty much a snowman who comes to life. I think it's because of his hat that he comes to life, and it's just kind of this like winter song that people sing, and I thought that it was a pretty cute quote. Just gonna say that you're as magical as he is, because he is pretty magical. I mean, he's a talking snowman, so he's just a bunch of talking water if you think about it. So that's like, if water starts talking to you, I mean, that's kind of magical, also kind of scary. If water started talking to me, I'd be kind of concerned. You know, I wouldn't drink that water for sure, but you know, you never know. But I thought it was kind of cute, just kind of having this little snowman in the quote. I mean, drawing pictures in the quote is kind of cute, and also there's something written on it, and it kind of fits. It looks nice. Actually no, because magical, I kind of had to like write in like a weird way. You'll see later on, it was like written in a weird way, and I didn't really like that, but that's because I didn't have enough room to write it in like a normal way. So now I am doing the watercolor kind of fun stuff. So there's that. And what I did is, okay, snow is sparkly, right? So I wanted to really capture that sparkly glitteriness by making the watercolor glittery, and obviously I don't have glitter water paint because I don't. I mean, it does exist. I'm pretty sure you can get like metallic water paint and glitter water paint, and there's a lot of art materials that exist, but I don't have it. So I had to get creative, especially because I just had this one light gray that I was using the entire time. I think honestly it looked really cute. I mean, the snowman was a tad bit dark on the sides, but I think it looked pretty cute. I think it did help with the shading to have less dark. I don't know, I thought it looked like a nice. When I was making it, I wasn't really happy, but after looking back, I kind of was happy with how it turned out, especially with the glitter. Like, you really can't see it on camera, the glitter, which is kind of disappointing, but it is super glittery, and I'm really happy with how it turned out because it looks so much like snow with glitter. It completed the picture, which was something that the painting I think needed. It looked so much better with the painting, and I tried a lot of ways to make it glittery. Like, as you saw on the bottom, I like tried to scribble with a pen and then color with it over, and it just left a line, and it didn't look that good. I think the line isn't as apparent now, but it's still there. I was really sad, and it didn't even spread the glitter that well. So I think the best method was to kind of use the pen on the outside and spread it around while coloring with the pen. And I think that worked pretty well because it was darker on the edges anyway. It was supposed to be darker, and it just added to the darkness, so it didn't do much. And the orange from the carrot got onto the nose, to the head of the snowman, so I guess someone just spilled carrot juice on this snowman, or something. I honestly don't know how an orange from a carrot would get on to the orange of a snowman. I don't think it would be carrot juice. I feel like carrot juice would just like ruin the snow, you know? Carrot juice is honestly not that good. I don't like carrot juice. It's sweet. Like, I like carrots, not carrot juice. It's just, I don't know. I don't know why anyone in the right mind would drink carrot juice. It's just, I mean, I guess you're entitled to your own opinion when it comes to whether or not you like carrot juice, because it is a food and you can dislike it if you want to. But yeah, you can like it if you want to. I have nothing against you liking carrot juice. I just don't understand how you can like it. And yeah, so for the scarf, not sweater, the scarf, I kind of drawed different blotches of pink and purple and blended them together with a water brush. And then I used a brown for the arms, and I used the same kind of red. I tried to use the same kind of red for the hat, although I tried, I think, make it glittery, like just the ribbon, not anything else. And then I used the black to make the hat, and I tried to add shading to kind of make it look cylindrical. And yeah, and then I did end up mixing colors here because I thought it would work, and it didn't. No, it didn't. But yeah, so the quote is, oh, I already told you the quote, never mind. But yeah, so for magical, I used 3 different colors that kind of like look like magical colors in my opinion. I used pink, a dark blue, and a deep purple, and I used the same pink and purple from the sweater to kind of tie things together. And I think the blue really matches the snowflakes in the background, and also inflated the snowman, which we will see later. I added these stars in the background to kind of make the magical look like it was spreading magic, and it just ruined it. If the stars weren't there, just the gold dots were there, it would have looked better in my opinion, looking back. But I added them, and they kind of ruined it. But if it wasn't for those, this would have looked so much better. Oh well. it still looked kind of cute. I was still happy with how it turned out. And then for Frosty the Snowman, I created this blue by watering down and mixing colors. And yeah, also here's a tip: when you are blending watercolor brush pens and you are coloring it on the thing and you want it to blend better, or you want the color to be better, what I did is when I was blending the colors, I used actual watercolor, because I actually do have like real watercolor. I don't really use it that much, but I do have a watercolor set, a mini watercolor set with like actual watercolor cakes. I think that's what they're called, or pans, whatever. Like the one where you have like the block of watercolor, like hard watercolor, it's kind of rock, and then you just like put water on it and it activates, and you know. Anyway, so that is what I use to blend on the water brush. I load my water brush with it and just use that to spread the color around, and I thought that looked pretty nice. You still got the original color of the brush pen, but you also got a little bit of the color from the water set, but not that much, and it spread pretty nicely. And then to add a little bit of flair to Frosty and Snowman, I added snowflakes, like similarly to the one from Snow Day and Hot Cocoa, except I kind of made it more random and added a lot more. And then in the background, I just drew tiny little dots with like this bluish gray I made, and added dark blue and light blue stars to kind of represent as snowflakes. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys again so much for 50 subscribers. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite winter quote is, what your favorite of these quotes were, which one was your favorite drawing, and just what's your favorite part of winter. Make sure to hit that like button to support me, and subscribe and hit the bell. I make new videos on stationery, calligraphy, and art every Monday. And make sure that you check the description box below, because I have new videos you can watch until the next video comes out next Monday, as well as links to all these products and reviews if I've made them. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell, and check the description box below, and remember to have a happy Monday. Bye bye.